Guys, MG here, MGCovers, bringing you a brand new video. We're going live. We're going to do get ready for the holidays, but figured I'd get on here and do what we call Free Fridays. We've done this in the past. Before I get into that, you can actually go to the website. You don't have to write any of this down. If you go to MGCovers.com, this will be the very first post. All this is written out so that you can see it. It's all the lines for our lines for all the NBA games tonight. Okay. Before I get into that, don't forget our holiday Christmas specials. You can join for $100. That gives you 3 months of access to everything on the site. You get all picks, all plays for all sports for $100. In addition to that, you get all of our power rankings for all sports: NBA, NHL, NCAA basketball. Have coaching clients that are having a ton of success with the NBA power rankings. In essence, our power rankings are our lines. You get to see our lines compared to the sportsbook lines. Helps you make a more informed decision. In addition to that, you get access to all of our coaching videos as well. So the link is in the description box for that. And with that being said, let's get started. So huge NBA card tonight. A lot of intriguing games. Start off Sacramento, Indiana, getting ready to go off here in an hour. The line is Sacramento +5. Indiana comes in as the favorite. You would think Indiana should be the favorite, -5. However, our line is Sacramento -2.5. We have Indiana as the dog at +2.5. Next game, Memphis, our line, very similar to the sportsbook line. We have Memphis -3. Cleveland as the underdog at +3. And sportsbook line's dead on that one as well. They have it off a half point. Memphis -2.5. Cleveland +2.5. Next game, Washington and Toronto. We have Washington as +11. Pretty big dogs here. Toronto -11. Toronto battling some injuries here lately. Washington struggling, obviously. Can score points, just can't play defense. The Washington line, sportsbook line, is +6.5, so right at 5-point differential there in favor of Toronto in that one. Moving on along, New York Knicks, Miami. I think I skipped one. We'll come back to it. We have Knicks -1 as the dog in this one, so a big differential there. Sportsbook. My stat model is just that. It's a statistical stat model. What that means is I just punch in the stats, and whatever it computes, that's the line that I generate. So there's no subjectivity built into the line, which helps you to avoid putting a lot of subjectivity in your mind, because a lot of times when you see a line from the sports book, you make the assumption that's the correct line, whereas seeing a line that is statistically based, that is going to be more accurate than the sports book line, it gives you some balance between those numbers to make an educated decision. But in any event, we do have the Knicks favored in that one, -1, and they are +9 at the sports book. The game I skipped, if you go back up to it, Detroit, Boston. My Celtics looking so good this year. We have Detroit +5.5. The sports book has Detroit at +9. We have Boston -5.5. Sportsbook line is Boston -9, so a little bit of favor leaning towards Detroit, even though I think Celtics will win convincingly in that one. Next game is, let's see here. We got Dallas and Philadelphia. We have Dallas as the underdog +2, Philadelphia as the favorite -2. Sportsbook line has Philadelphia -8.5, Dallas +8.5. Feel like Philadelphia should win that one as well, but do have point differential in favor of Dallas in that game. And I think there was one I skipped here. Yeah, Phoenix, OKC. Phoenix at +5.5, OKC -5.5. Our line, sportsbook line, very similar to that. They have Phoenix at +4, 4.5, depending on the book, and Oklahoma City -4.5, -4, depending on what book you go to. And then let's see, Minnesota, Denver. We have Minnesota at +14. We have Denver huge favorites, -14. Sportsbook has Denver -10. And Minnesota +10, so a little bit of value on the Denver side per our power rankings, with a 4-point differential in favor of Denver. And if you're sort of confused, what I mean by differential is, okay, the line that we have for Denver is -14, which means we are projecting Denver to win by 14. The sports book says they're going to win by 10. So we have 4 points in our favor. So if I had to play this game, I would play Denver because we have the point differential that's in favor of Denver, because our stat model says they'll win by 14. Sportsbook line says they'll win by 10. So that's how we handicap. Now, I don't just look at that. There's several other factors that I cover. And if you're a member of our coaching program, you will have access to that if you want to take advantage of that special. And if you don't want that special, by the way, the $100 special, you can join for $29 a month. And that gives you access to all the power rankings and all of our coaching videos. Doesn't give you access to the plays, but you get access to all of our power rankings for all sports. That is my most popular. Join, regardless of what program you join, you get access to all of our plays instantly. Okay, next game, moving along, Orlando and Portland. We have Orlando as the underdog. Sportsbook does as well. However, we have Portland as a pretty big favorite, -8. So +8 Orlando. Our line, Sportsbook line, says Portland -3.5. Orlando +3.5. So you got a good bit of differential in favor of Portland there. Almost a full 5-point differential in favor of Portland. And then finally, two teams struggling this year, New Orleans, Golden State. We have New Orleans -1, Golden State +1. Very similar to the Sportsbook line. Depending on where you go, it looks like it's New Orleans -1.5 and Golden State +1.5. So that's a review of all the lines. Hopefully that helps. Again, if you're jumping on this video late or you've seen it late, you can actually, all this that I went over, take advantage of a holiday special. $100, you get access to all plays for all sports and all of our power rankings for $100 for 3 months. So I hope everybody has a great weekend, and be careful out there shopping, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.